Hello, ladies and gentlemen, future alien archaeologists, and all the imaginary people that I imagine are watching this. I am kcStranger. I am joined by four of my players, one of whom is playing League of Legends, and this is the Crystal Tomb. As always, the Crystal Tomb is brought to you by Exploit Broadcaster and by Tractor Blonde. Yeah. So, normally I try to stay very thematic with these intros. I'm going to get a little bit meta with this one just because some amusing things happened last time. So we started in this here little hallway. The party had discovered some illusion magic on this here wall. Colleen actually managed to dispel said illusion, revealing 13 seals, 5 with various nature symbols, 5 with sort of like buildings or symbols of civilization, and then over top, sort of forming an arch, a bloodshot eye, a curved dagger, and a pair of spiked manacles. 13 seals. Well, Fowlin saw the end of his little mission and decided to go at them with I don't know, his axe or something, I think.
Beginning of the end.
Yeah, so as he began to swing at the last one, he did see some images flash through his mind. 5 tombs, an elven priestess. But finally he did destroy it. The wall sunk into the earth, and a small chamber revealed itself, holding a solitary figure, broad, powerfully built, but wizened with time and with long black hair and milky green eyes, sort of speaking of a rotted strength. He did introduce himself to the party as Indomitable, or for short, if you will, Dom. They talked back and forth, and he didn't seem to be hiding too much. Basically, said that, he had learned to control the vestiges and had tried to take over the world, more or less. Clearly had failed and wound up here. Although he's remarkably well preserved, given how long ago all this is alleged to have happened. Nice drawing, sir. So after that, there was this interesting moment where the group realized that without necessarily exploring every part of the dungeon, they hadn't gone downstairs, they hadn't figured out what was behind this portcullis here. Lol. They had achieved the objective just by a successful casting of Dispel Magic. So what to do? Well, they decided to explore. They went to the basement where Fallon ran afoul of a stone pillar trap, but where they also discovered some statues. Going to the past, they discovered that the statues were part of some kind of puzzle, and that when all of them were positioned properly, well, something might happen. And in fact, the group has just managed to get them all positioned properly. From which I realized that I should actually say, Fallon, this room that you're in, the portcullis, you watch as it shudders and rises, as Quizmilligus slides the last statue into place. However, one other thing that happened when Quizmilligus slid the last statue into place is that this gate swung shut, trapping Kane, Colleen, Dom, and Quiz into the small room, and 2 giant purple worms burrowed out of the earth. So we begin with, just in case it becomes relevant, let me throw Gamork on this map real quick. So just a sec. And I'm just going to say everybody go ahead and roll initiative. And I don't know. I guess, Fallon, if you wind up wanting to do anything with your initiative, you totally can. But
Okay, hold on.
All right, so let me see here. I need to roll for... Oh, by the way, just FYI, I did switch up Indomitable's character sheet a little bit in between sessions, so I don't think I actually revealed that much of it to you, but don't assume anything.
I should be at 24, I think.
All right.
Whatever it was. I clicked away at 24. And Gamork.
Man, I definitely
Also a 24. But a
Mhm.
critical 24.
All right. Okay. And oh, your game ended. Awesome.
Yep,
All right. How'd it go?
we lost.
Hmm.
Our elite sucked ass and missed your smite on Baron, and then they got Elder, and then we were just sad.
Hmm.
isn't Elder Dragon fun?
Yeah, not when you're fighting against it, but yeah.
All right. So I don't think this means too much, but Fallon, we're gonna start with Gamork. Or do you want to do anything with your turn? For what it's worth, you don't actually. Well, okay. I will say you heard a distant rumble, or you heard a rumble from up the way. What were you asking? Did you?
Oh, apparently my roll didn't send.
Oh, let me see here. You've got a 14. Okay, I will add you.
Yeah. Did it send? I got a warning message saying it didn't send.
It did.
Oh,
Okay.
it didn't automatically add to the turn tracker, but it displayed
Oh,
in the
okay.
chat.
Okay, good. I was concerned.
Okay.
You gotta make sure you keep your token.
Would Gamork like to do anything?
So do I know that they're over in this direction down here?
I'd say you probably know the general direction that they're in, and you could hear the sound coming from the way. You don't know exactly what's going on, though.
Oh, Gamork has really good perception with hearing, right?
True, generally.
I guess, do I need to move by my movement speed?
Yes.
I presume. Can he dash as a bonus action, or is that just me? I guess that's just me.
Right.
I can too.
You don't count.
You ain't special, bitch.
Are you talking with your mouth full?
Maybe.
So considering the corners, it'll be 45. It'll be 40 feet to get to that spot.
Okay. Sorry, he can move 40, right?
Yeah.
So where you've pointed is 40?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't move. Oh, you did. Was it here?
Yep.
Okay. All right, he does that.
Okay. Anything else?
Nah, that's as far as he can go.
Yeah, I mean, you can use your action to dash, if you would like.
Oh. Okay. Well, then he dashes.
Okay, you can get to there.
Okay. Trying. I can't drag him across the map. I got to do it along the path.
Yeah, it's because I have the dynamic lighting set up that like restricts motion through things you're not supposed to go through.
Darkness. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else for Gamork?
No.
All right. Then we'll go to Fallon.
Okay, so Fallon has 30 feet of movement speed, but then I can dash as a bonus action?
Right.
What is that? How much total movement is that? Is that still just 60?
Yeah, it's still just 60. It just means you have your action left at the end of the day rather than your bonus action.
Oh,
So
cool.
it'd be 40 to here, and then you could get.
But he can dash as an action too, right? That's what I've been doing.
Can you take the dash action multiple times? Oh, I think we actually looked at this, and you totally can.
Yeah, nothing says you can't.
Yeah, no, you know what? I think you're right. Let me just like double check this once more, but I believe yeah, okay. Nope, nope, you're right. So actually you can use your action to dash as well if you want. If you want to get all the way in, Fallon.
So 90 feet.
Boom. Is this 10 or 5?
That's 5.
Okay. 5,
So
10,
5 to
15,
there.
20,
That'll be
25,
25 to
30.
there. Yep, and that's 30.
All
Right.
right.
So from there, you should be able to clearly see a gate, and I will specify this gate spans the entire, the entire width and height of the hallway. You can see through it, but it's only like small slits.
Could I fire an arrow through it?
Potentially, it's enough for that. Not enough for you to squeeze through, though.
But I can see through it?
Yes, but you can see through it, and you can maybe fit a bolt through it, although aiming will be tricky.
Okay, cool. I guess I'm done with all my turns, though, so I can't do anything now.
Correct. So, Kane, it's you.
Joy. Well, I'm just giving Colleen this kind of look of like, you know, I'm look at Colleen and say, you just had to keep exploring, huh?
I'd say this is more interesting than the alternative.
Oh yeah, real interesting. So you won't mind if I leave then, will you? It's too much talking then.
No, I'm actually kind of enjoying this like anime having a conversation in the middle of an active fight moment that we're having here.
So you won't mind if I just dip out while you have fun with this interesting entities.
Well,
But-
I'll certainly have fun, unless I
Kane
die.
doesn't know how strong they are. So I do, but Kane doesn't. So what Kane will do, Kane, since he can actually, for like, I feel like the second time in the whole freaking campaign, utilize his assassinate ability.
Mm.
Because he's going first.
Ish.
Even though, hold on. Well, I guess they're not surprised, are they?
No.
Since they popped up first.
But they haven't acted yet.
Unburrow.
They haven't, but that gives me advantage. I already sneak attack though because of
The banelings have unburrowed.
because of you guys. I'll just attack with the rapier.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool.
Yep, you find the nearest bit of purple worm to you. You pull out your rapier, and
What the
you
fuck is that
plunge her
damage
in
roll?
there. Well, you get sneak attack.
All right, sneak attack.
Oh shit! All right,
That's better.
all right.
And then I will know where to fucking go. I guess I'll stab it with my dagger as a bonus. This is a +1 dagger. I think it's +1 dagger. Pretty sure it's +1 dagger. It's +1 dagger. All right, stab.
Yep, hit.
Are you freaking kidding me?
It's not actually that bad when you all things considered.
I mean, I rolled a 1.
Oh,
I
you
rolled
rolled
two
another
ones
one.
by damage dice.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty rough.
All right, and yeah. So I guess that's it.
Okay.
I have struck a severe 40 damage.
Quiz, it's you.
Okay. So just for clarification, we came in up here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Kane's
And this is currently blocked off.
Yeah, there's a closed gate that's blocking the way fairly completely.
Okay. And then so I've walked down this hallway.
Correct.
Awesome. I am
Yep,
going
there
to
it is.
cast a magical spell
Okay.
That spell being Dimension Door. And I'm going to end up right here.
Okay. You're buggering out.
That is my move.
Yep.
Boop. Hey, there's Fallon.
Hello.
Hello. That's my turn.
All right. Okay. That being the case, Indomitable is going to say, "Well, your friend is brave, ain't he?" And
Extremely.
then he's going to look at you, Colleen, and Colleen and Kane, both of you give me insight.
I'm good at that.
Colleen doesn't do that.
Actually, I need to.
The DM commands it.
That's
How
true.
dare you?
He's.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this is kind of involuntary. You're just looking at his face. But
I'm observant as ever.
Fair enough. Okay. Kane, a look of sort of resignation you see cross his face. And he reaches out his left hand, and in the space of under a second between when he holds out his hand, you see him sort of curl his hand as if he's gripping something, and then you see the Scepter of Command appear there.
Wait.
He holds it out, and he says, "Retreat."
Wait.
And a few seconds later, the purple worms burrow into the earth.
Can I feel my pack to see if it's lighter?
I believe Colleen
Did you
had the
see that
scepter.
happen, Fallon?
Fallon has the scepter. I only have the cape.
No, I looked at your character sheet in between sessions. It's totally listed on there.
Does it have a weight of 0?
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait a minute. That probably doesn't happen then. Okay, I'm sorry, this changes things.
I'm sorry. Now we all have to die.
No, that's okay. So Fallon has 3 of the vestiges, and you just have the 1?
Yeah, he wanted all of them, and I said that I was keeping the cape.
Okay, got it. Let me... Alright, I need to check something then. Okay, just a second.
I also have an alternate history in my mind where I already had the cape, but
yeah, it was
I stopped arguing.
all in a loop.
Alright, that means I have to look at how I worded something.
Did you just make what he did impossible?
Actually, no. I think yeah, you know what? Okay, that can still happen. All right, so what I just said still happens. And Fallon, give me perception.
Working on it.
Okay, on a 27, yes, you notice a sudden slight reduction in weight of your pack. All right, we are
happy.
We are out of initiative. Indomitable wanders towards you, and actually, let me see here, just a sec. Kane, he walks up right next to you, in between you and Colleen, and he holds the scepter out to you and says, "You can give this back to your friend."
I take it. Hold on.
I figured that was
I'm sorry, who is he holding it on to?
the
I
king.
got it. Too late. I have inventory. How much is
I mean, I've never quit a D&D campaign before. I'm kidding. Damn it, Kane. I don't know how this is working out.
Well, wait. So how much does the Scepter of Command weigh? Where are you, Scepter of Command?
3 pounds.
As he hands it, Kane takes it and says, "Thank you. I will."
Yeah, I have it listed as 3 pounds.
And
Oh,
just puts
okay. I
in
didn't
his
realize I made it
backpack.
that heavy. All right, Kane. So you have a 3-pound Scepter of Command.
I'm encumbered. No.
All right. Here we
That
are
was the
again.
real play.
Why does this gaudy coat weigh 3 freaking pounds?
Because it's like big and woolen. All right. So after that,
Or big and woolen.
Dom says, all right, can I see if I can try to get us out of here?
I don't know. Kyrian, you want to keep exploring?
Well, is there anything left to
Stop trying
explore?
to kill us.
I meant this. And he points to the closed gate.
Oh. Sure, I guess.
He steps up to it, and he is just going to start kicking at it.
I'll watch.
All right, so kick. With
Kane, if he's just...
oh, no worries.
What do you want from me? I'm weak as fuck.
I was just gonna say, if he's just kicking the door, you could probably do something about it.
On the third fairly
Kick him?
strong kick, the door or the gate, in fact, does swing open.
You'd probably be more helpful at kicking the door than me, Kyrian.
Doesn't seem magical if he's kicking it. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Says, I think the magic was tied to the same spell that summoned the worms. And then he walks out into the hallway and says, "Oh, thanks for coming running. I took care of the problem, though." And he wanders on down the hall.
Fallon says, "Yeah, about that."
Oh, okay. Then he stops at the end of the hall and turns to look at you.
Kane walks past.
Fallon, give it back.
He says, "I gave it to your friend."
Well, can you do your little trick and get it back?
He looks at you and then looks at Kane. Says, "He's your friend. I'm sure he'll give it back to you if you want it." Well, actually, you wouldn't see the trick. But you.
Well, I would have. I
know
would
that
have figured it out.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
The Fallon says,
Looks like what we have here is we both want something from the other. I propose a nice fair trade
"Uh huh."
for amulet.
Okay. I see you,
Oh
Fallon.
boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Role play for me, Fallon.
Kane, that scepter is not in my hand in the next 4 seconds. I will never give you the amulet of foresight.
So if I do give it to you,
It's an intimidation. I'm not bargaining. I started counting.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Actually, just a second.
Can I-
Let me see here. So,
Right.
Kane, I need to figure out your intestinal fortitude here. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure how to like. I don't.
I'm gonna compare your wisdom saving throw to his intimidation. Oh shit. Okay, you may behave as you please.
I love how that works that way, but every other time you have to like your AC. If it hits your AC, it's your AC. And if
Well,
it's
There
apparently
aren't
it's my
specific
wisdom.
rules for this. I'm making it up. I'm the DM. What I say goes. This seems reasonable enough.
Like, yeah, I mean, for saves it works this way, for attacks it's the other way. It's weird because we're both rolling something, so it's kind of like.
These
Right.
kind of contests are common enough.
Well, okay, so Kane's just kind of like straightens up a bit. Not like aggressively, but more kind of like, oh shit kind of way, like foul and serious. Be like, I do think that as he reaches into his pack, he's just like, I do think the amulet would be useful for me, and also having almost all the items on you could be potentially problematic.
See, here's my whole argument
have
with
a
this
scepter.
stuff. You could carry all the dragon spirits for all I care. Colleen gets all these creation stuff. That's all I'm saying. Oh,
You guys have don't you guys have the dragon spirits? Who has the dragon spirits?
Nobody.
Wait, what happened to the spirits we already took out?
They're attached to a ring, and the ring is in the bag of holding.
Who has a bag of holding?
Colleen.
Yes.
I look at Colleen.
Colleen's
shrug.
around the corner. You can't see her.
I shrug from around the corner.
Give me the dragon spirit ring.
He calls down the hallway.
Why do you want it, Kane?
Because everyone else has cool stuff. You had the creation stones. Alan has these.
Well, okay. You can have that. I don't think they can hurt anybody or you, so...
I give the scepter to Fallon. I took it out while I was and I gave him the scepter.
Colleen, are you like walking back and giving Kane the ring?
No, I'll just kind of take it out of the bag of holding and just kind of like lean against the wall and wait for him to come retrieve his prize.
Okay.
Wait,
wait, how tall is Kane and how tall is Colleen? Like,
I'm
could she hold it way up?
We're the
I don't
same
think
height,
so.
and I can levitate.
That's true. Never
I'm
mind.
5'4".
I'm 5'10", I think.
Not the same.
I'm 5'10", and still 17 apparently, because it's only been a month in game.
All right. So Dom has just been sort of leaning against the wall this entire time, and now he speaks up and says, "You all have some pretty interesting items about you."
I love how like he says that, and like this like little tingle in my spine. Okay. I'm just
Fallon says, you should see how much silk rope I'm carrying.
Kate is kind of like, we do well enough, we're on a mission.
Right. Well, and he looks around at you and he says, I don't have the greatest feeling about what's in that other room. And he sort of looks back down the hallway that you guys came from, and he says, so if it's all right, I might hang out and wait for you some distance away.
Is that you know that there's something specifically that's going to get us in trouble? Because that information might be helpful.
Kane just
If you want to see Kane again.
He
Then
just
Fallon says, why? What's the big hurry?
he shrugs and says, I don't know that anything would be dangerous to you, but there are certain forces in this world that don't take too kindly to me.
I think he keeps answering my questions before I even ask them. How much does Casey?
How much what?
How much does a dragon ring weigh?
It's on the bag of holding character sheet. Just a sec.
Fallon says,
0.05. Go for it, Fallon.
Fallon says, hey, Dom, don't worry, we're here. We got you. We'll protect you.
Right. He says, there's that room just a ways back with the dragon statues. I'll wait for you there, eh? Hearing nothing, he turns and walks
You
away.
wouldn't mind if Brain just stayed with you too.
Your wind clone? No.
Yes.
not at all.
Cool.
He
Kyrian's
steps
gonna-
out into the hallway and waves.
So I don't actually see it, your token move until you finish hitting buttons.
Oh, interesting. All right, he's just hanging out there.
All right, well, let's continue exploring then, guys, since that's what you want to do. Nothing bad's happened so far.
Um,
Are we supposed to go south or?
there was those stairs. Did we already do the stairs?
Yeah, you did the stairs. You explored all
Also,
the way down
my detect magic guys are still on Casey.
there. Yep, good
So,
point. Okay,
I-
so Kane has run ahead and is now in a room. I just need to see if there's magic here. No, in fact, there is not. Although Kane, on the wall above these 5 sarcophagi.
5 sarcophagi, you say?
Yep. You see you see the words written on the wall. The heroes who fell in the last battle, may their souls rest in peace.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Why me, Casey?
What?
hey, KC made me literally start the end of the world. Freaking clear rock.
That seems so far away now.
Also, Kane, that's a small table with a scroll on it.
Ooh, is the scroll magic?
No,
Can I?
it's
is
well
the-
preserved.
Is the scroll trapped?
Investigation.
Just checking for traps. Just checking for traps.
Insert Admiral Akbar. You
Hey, look
you
at
look
that.
over the scroll. You look over the table. You like raise it up just a little bit. You
It's
don't.
only a 16, by the way.
You don't
That's the
see
question.
anything off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you and I have disadvantage and everything.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
ability-
and you're slow.
No? Are we slowed? We only have 1 point. That's at points like 2.
No, because you're encumbered.
Not anymore. I get the staff back.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Checkmate. What's the scroll?
Balls.
Check his mate's pack. That's where it is.
Yeah, Kane doesn't have a mate. Just a kid, apparently.
I didn't mean like mating season. I meant like the way British people say it.
I don't know. You're a snake question. I don't know what you.
but not like David Attenborough and those documentaries about nature.
More like Crocodile Dundee. Or whatever he was.
Steve Irwin. Who are you talking about?
Yeah, but I forget. I keep mixing up his thing with that movie.
Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee. That's such a. The Crocodile Dundee 2 was fantastic.
Okay, so Dundee's the movies. What was Irwin?
All right. What's going on?
I said, I told you what the scroll says. What's the scroll say?
Oh, okay. By the way, what are the rest of you doing? Like, I'm gonna briefly jump back to Fallon and Quiz. I see you hanging out in this
Yeah.
here hallway. Are you making a secret deal or something?
Okay, I don't know where people went. Like, I couldn't see their. I've no
Uh,
idea.
To the portcullis
They went
that
back
opened
up the hallway this way. Yeah. That
I
way.
Okay,
just
okay.
followed Kane.
Casey, over to the right, over here. These are the stairs I was talking about.
Correct.
That we did that.
Yeah, you did that.
Okay, sorry, I just don't remember.
Yep, no
Okay,
worries.
I'm now rejoining. the party.
I'm gonna put Gmork back on following Fallon.
Silent mode.
Yeah.
It's silent. Oh, and Kane already went in there.
Yeah, Kane already way ahead of
So
y'all.
fast.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting here to see if anything happened.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I'll let you guys do your thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump to Kane now. Kane.
Ha.
So you open up the scroll, and you know what? I am just going to chat it to you in Discord, rather than reading it for everybody. So
Hell yeah.
just a sec.
Secrets.
There you go.
While you're doing that, can you describe what a beholder looks like?
big bulbous purple ball with a bunch of eye stalks, a mouth, and a big single eye.
So it doesn't really have like
Sharp
hands
teeth.
and.
Nope.
Is that like the main creature that's on the monster manual or whatever?
Yep. That's the one. All right, Kane. So
Okay.
you read what I sent you.
I could have swore you said Barty was like wearing like a butler's uniform.
Yeah, I did.
Are you laughing about Barty or the
The
scroll?
scroll. I wish read you a line, talking about why we came here, and if it be to free him who has sealed here, I beg you not do. I weep to think of all that was lost to bring him here.
Yeah, you know. Regular things for us.
So I'm pretty sure that when we leave here and Dom is assuming he's going to part ways with us, I'm going to emphasize that he doesn't know us. We've never met.
I'm gonna say that our reason he gives a list of reasons for why we could be here. I'm gonna say it's it's foolish. Yeah. All right, cool. Kane's gonna take that scroll.
Okay. Like what? I guess Elven scroll. I don't know. I won't worry about weight on scrolls. You've got a scroll.
I like step out of the room and just look at Klee and say, "We fucked up." Boy.
I don't know if we had much of a choice. It was Fallon's life or the world, but you know,
To be
just
clear,
regular things.
First of all,
it was Fallon's soul.
Yeah.
Like his life would be fine.
Kane doesn't put much stock in souls.
You don't know that.
Seemed that way. But
What
I suppose.
happens
look.
to a soul, Kane?
It's crumbled. Kane starts kept walking. All right, KC. Is this like a caved-in hallway?
Yep. It slopes slightly upwards, but then it ends in a cave-in.
Can I kind of see like how far the cave-in goes? Is there any like tiny crevice I can kind of peek through?
Did you open this
It's-
door here?
It is very blocked up. You can see a
door.
little bit in, but it's very dark. Yeah, it's a door.
I have dark. No, I don't. I have detect magic. I don't have dark vision. Eh. Oh well. I did not open that door. Let me check that door for traps.
Okay. There is not magic on the door. You can go ahead and roll that investigation.
Hell yeah. I'm just gonna assume it's not magic until you tell me it is. I gotta say it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it can be good or not, in fairness. You don't notice
14.
anything amiss.
Is it locked?
The lock, it is locked. The lock looks different than the other doors.
Not sleight of hand. Thieves' tools.
Mm-hmm.
21.
Okay. You pull out the same picks that you've been using on the last one. This keyway is extremely oddly warded. With most of the locks you've been working on, you can feel the pins inside the locks very easily and just sort of tension the lock, get them all set, boom, bada bing, bada boom. This one, you can't even find the pins. And you reach for a different set of picks. You scratch around. Finally, you realize that actually the way the lock is constructed, you have to reach all the way around the back and then come back in somehow, like it's completely blocked. And despite your very good efforts, this one eludes you.
X-ray ring. What's on the other side of the door?
Okay, you know what?
I want some ambiance and presence with this stuff. I don't want X-ray ring. I want to hear I, being the keenest of rogues, reach into my pouch and pull out my X-ray
Kane is super
ring.
done with everything about this dungeon, about everything that happened in the last 10 minutes.
All right,
Kane's like, all right, X-ray, what's in this room?
Kane, so here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to momentarily drop you inside this room so that you can just see the inside. You're not actually in there. I'll drop you back, but all right. So here's what it looks like.
God damn it. All right. Guys, you have to open this door. Guys, you have to open it.
And how do you suggest we open the door if you can't, Mr. Dorman?
Can't you like break the door or something? What's the door made of? Is it wood?
Yeah, it's a wooden door.
It's a wooden, non-magical door. Can you just break it and look at Fallon? You're the strongest person here.
Certainly I can't. What is my weakness?
I'm gonna assume that there's a stone pillar on the other side of that door. I'm just making that assumption. So Fallon says, "Hold on, I don't want to do that. So, hold on. Try to conjure a big animal that can break doors.
Can Gamork break the door down?
I don't want Gamork. An axe beak sounds good. It's like our own personal fireman."
Okay, you want to conjure an axe beak?
Well, I would what I mean, is there a certain like kind of animal I should do this with? There's like,
I mean, I don't know. Like, axe beak is an option. You could maybe have other options. I'm not sure.
Hey, KC.
I think there are stronger ones. Yeah,
like
what's
a
up?
deep Wrath.
Rothe?
I could conjure an earth
my
elemental.
X-ray vision. Can the door be opened from the inside?
Yeah, hold on. Conjure an earth elemental.
Done.
This is like my most powerful spell.
Wait, so are you doing that, Quiz?
Yes,
All
I
right.
conjured an earth elemental.
All
You're
right.
really quiet, Quiz.
His name is Larry.
I say what's up to Larry in Primordial.
He would have
He doesn't
loved.
respond.
He would have loved Terry.
I can't hear him. Oh, I had him turned down for some reason. All right.
Rude.
All right, there you go. You should be able to control that.
It punches the door.
All right.
Does it have advantage on structures?
So it can get.
Yes.
Oh, actually, it does. All right. So here's actually how I'm
Or
gonna
like-
do this. It's going to be an athletics check, but given the double damage, I'm going to give it advantage on
It's
this.
plus. Is it plus 5 or 10? I forget.
+5.
All right.
And I'll let you give it 2 shots. Oh, actually, never mind. That's good enough. Okay. What's up?
Before this happens, Kane just takes like a track runner stance behind the other,
Okay.
ready to just enter this room first.
Oh, is it full of loot?
I'm sorry, this is
Continue.
amazing. All right. So yeah, the earth elemental sort of winds up and then comes through with a thunderous punch. And you watch as the door is actually ripped off its hinges and just flies back about 10 feet into the room, where it settles atop a pile of coins and gems.
I searched the pile.
Okay.
While he searches, I just start putting into things in my pockets.
I can see magic, Casey.
I don't waste
Where
time
is
searching.
magic?
I just start shoving things in all my pockets, especially where Kane's looking.
Actually, I would know exactly where the magic
kidding.
is
I'm
before
kidding.
like we even got in the room because
All right.
magic.
I'm totally joking. You do whatever you want, man.
Yeah. All right. So Kane, give me perception.
Am I proficient in perception? I am. Hallelujah.
I need to Google a beholder. I'm not drawing it very well.
Okay, so that's
16.
16. Okay. So you notice the following items. First of all, since you have a detect magic effect going, you notice the following magical items. And I'm just going to give you a basic description. All right, so those are all magical. You also notice the following non-magical items.
That's a lot of typing.
Yeah.
Well, none of these things are interesting, Casey.
Oh. You don't want a smoking sensor?
Has anybody else seen Angry Birds 2?
No.
I haven't seen the first one.
Well, Angry Birds
What's
2
the
is
main
really good.
The Magor, obviously.
Damn it, another ceremonial dagger.
Manticore. Oh, it's a lion thing.
Yeah, it's one of those. Remember we had to fight those at the top of Towers Mountain?
See.
I just, you know.
All right, so
All right.
it is a modest hoard with the following items in it.
Wait, so the brooch and the amethyst thing are both magical.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was going to meld my comments. So the first 4 items are magical. The next 4 are non-magical, but are all worth 750 GP. And then there's a shit ton of coins and such worth the rest of that.
All right, I would take. I'm gonna take the bag of holding from. Oh no, actually, clean. Hold bag. I'm holding. Bring.
I'm gonna take 100 platinum and 100 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
This is at you.
Let me start keeping a tally here. So Quiz has taken 100 PP, 100 GP.
I don't actually see you. It doesn't actually see you.
I need 100 PP.
Does take the brooch and the stopper.
I'll do the same thing that my friend just did.
Okay.
Because it's not much, and then the rest can go in the bag, right?
True. All right, so Fallon.
Just took 100 of each.
Yeah.
I guess that sounds reasonable.
All right. Just to make it simple, I'm gonna say that all of these items are like all the non-magical items are 1 pound.
Even the brooch and the amethyst.
I mean, they've got like precious metals and on them. That stuff's heavy.
But a pound seems like a lot. That's 16 whole ounces.
Okay, I guess a brooch. Okay, 0.5 for that one.
Brooch.
All right. You know what? Fine. The 2 that you took are half a pound.
Come and get your brooch.
All right. Colleen, did you come over here with the bag of holding?
Yes, I'm here with
I
you.
took the bag of holding. I just started like running it across the pile and just scooping coins into it.
Wait, so are you like trying to put the rest into the bag of holding?
Yes, I'm not taking 100 of the things because I'll become encumbered. But
all right. So the rest of it's going in the bag. Okay. So
yes.
let me take a moment and attend to
Just
this.
know that.
So that is going to
100
be 1,300 platinum. So that'll put you up to that. That will
We can
be
figure out how to
7,800 GP. That'll put you up to there. Oh, nope, you can't fit that much in the bag. So,
What?
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to load it up with all the other things first, and then I'll see how much gold you can make in there. Oh, and that's going to be a pound. All right.
What's weighing us down?
Gold is heavy. And the bag can only carry 200 pounds, and you've got stuff in there already.
Do we still have that barrel of whiskey, or did it all get drank
That's what I
up?
was about to looking for. Do we have a
No,
barrel?
you just took like a bottle of it. Is all you have left.
We still have a fucking staff of healing in here.
That none of us can use, to be
That
fair.
no one can fucking use.
You could sell it, perhaps, for a lot of money. You know how high I stick the value on magical items.
But I mean, shit, man. What if we do end up with a healer at some point?
I know, right?
It'd be super
Okay.
useful to have this staff.
All right. Okay. So.
As it stands, we'd do it someone to die and Colleen brings him back.
All right. So I'm gonna go
And
shield.
then he's exhausted for
from
freaking
horde,
2 days.
and a shield goes. Where are you? Manual. Shield is 6.
Alright.
I'm gonna say it's 5.
To spare.
And
I bet we all do.
let me see here.
We could probably just divide it equal.
Sensor.
I mean, I don't have
from
room to spare,
horde.
but
It'll be 1.
Yeah, but you can have a bigger claim on what's in the bag. Like, it's not. I don't think we need to try to personally hoard things.
Yeah, I'm gonna put all my money back in the bag, I think, because I will be encumbered and I don't know what I can get rid of. It's my dilemma.
wait, hold on. Wait. Let Casey finish what he's doing.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
drop stuff in the middle of it.
Holders are ugly.
What was the bags limit again, Casey? 250?
200.
200?
Yep. All right. So I've put the platinum and all the non-magical items in there, and you've got about 73 pounds left. So I will happily give you like basically as much of the gold as you can handle if you want me to do that. But if you want to do
Wait.
other things first, please do so.
Wait, guys, we have 40 pounds of food in here. We don't need that.
Let's have a feast.
Like, do we need 40 pounds of food? Do we really?
I mean, technically, if we're really hungry, I could conjure an animal or
Will it just
two.
disappear if it dies?
honestly, I haven't looked at the bag of holding in probably a year, so I don't know what-
I've never looked in it, not once.
Okay,
No idea what's in there.
let's just dump like 10 things of rations. 20 pounds. It gives us 20 more pounds for money.
I think it was just like all the people who have come and gone. Like,
Yeah.
here's your food.
Here,
Snack.
all right. To help this along, do you want me to just quickly run down all the items that you might conceivably want to get rid of?
Well, I think they can look through. We don't need you to narrate it.
All right,
I feel
all
like
right. I was
we'll
just
just-
trying to help it along, but go ahead.
But like, we don't need smith's tools or leatherworking tools. No one can use those. Those are 5 pounds each.
Just let me know if you want to get rid of anything.
That's true.
What is it? Smith's tools?
Smith's
Yeah.
tools.
I think that was from Johan, who was a smith of some sort.
No, that was the barbarian, wasn't it?
No.
No, Johan was like a.
Nowadays.
He made chastity belts for young Genasi women.
Yes.
Oh, the ring's not in there
I think we
anymore.
Get rid of the smith tools, the leatherworking tools, and half the rations.
Do you want to do this? Are there any people who
Any
protest?
objections?
So sorry, half the rations, the Smith's tools,
Yes.
and the leatherworking tools,
Yes, that'll give us 30 pounds worth.
and then Casey's gonna craft a leatherworking tool intensive session.
All right, I'm hearing no objections, so
None whatsoever.
I'm gonna do
That's
that.
Yeah, I
Um,
think
all right, so that puts you down to 97 pounds in the bag. Any more worries, or should I just give you as much gold as you can handle at this point?
all right, top off the platinum.
I already did. I gave you all the plat.
I don't. How
Okay,
much?
Wait, so and you put 1,200 plat in there, right?
1,300.
I thought everyone took 100 except me.
I didn't take any either, because
Oh.
It
I'd
was
be
just 2 of you.
encumbered. Yeah.
Okay.
How
So,
much
yeah,
weight till I'm encumbered?
It'll tell you.
5 times
You-
your strength.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably got a while.
Strength. What is my strength?
All right.
Okay.
All right, I am going to go ahead and
Yeah,
just
what are
give
we
you
going?
as much gold as you can handle at this point.
Yep,
So,
7,800.
let's start with 6,000. See if you can take that. Nope. Oh, let's start with 5,000.
Dang it.
All right, so that's 5,000.
Wow, I literally can't carry anything else.
All right, so 5,100. And then, nope, not that.
5,000. Also, dump the silver and copper. Let's dump this peasant currency out of here.
Leave a treasure of silver and copper for someone to find.
All right, so you're getting rid of your 69 copper. How could you?
It's not worth it.
All right.
The meme's not worth it.
So minus 69 copper, minus 76
minus
silver.
76 silver.
All right, and then let me see. Can you take another 50? All right, so I think you can do another 100.
So we need the evil cookbook, the interior decorating shield from the horde.
What is the horde? What shield from a horde? What horde?
140.
Well, it must have been from Tavra's horde.
50. Sorry, just a second.
No.
Oh no, it's this horde. The shield censored or this horde. The horde we're currently fucking about with.
47.
You know, whatever.
Oh, I can take the dagger. I'll take the dagger.
Wait a minute,
Evil
what kind of
cookbook.
shield is it?
We don't know yet. It's magical.
Okay.
Well, I have a crappy shield, so
Well,
I would gladly take a magical shield.
I'm taking the dagger.
Leave my old one.
All right. So, all right. You all right, so I crammed in 5,274 gold. That's the most you can. Oh wait. Oh, you took something out.
Yes, and what does the shield do, Casey?
What was taken out? The weight changed.
The dagger. I took it
Oh.
because it's cool looking.
Okay. So because reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and just. Well, actually, okay. You know what? That's fine. Let me just.
Because Fallon might take the shield. Can I tell what it does with my detect magic?
All right. No, you can't tell just with detect magic. Although it.
What's the school?
Yeah, I can tell you that. I don't know. What would this be? Sorry, I need to think about this.
Also, is chromatic ring the dragon ring?
Yes.
Because I took that.
I just set it to 0. On the sheet.
0.05.
Well, no, but there's 0 of them in the bag. So I basically deducted it.
That's confusing though, but okay. Oh, wait, you changed my thing too? You did? No, you didn't. It's dragon ring.
Yeah, so I guess it's. I don't even know what that is.
I mean, you can just take a guess.
Yeah, this is totally a
If
guess.
If it's like protect, it'd be like abjuration. It's like aggressive evocation. If it makes something, conjuration.
I think it's just evocation, but it's kind of weird.
Well, Fallon, it's a nice evocation shield. Don't know what it does.
Does it look? Does it look better than the one I have?
Is the one you have just a normal shield?
It just says shield. Weighs 6 pounds.
Yes, it's nicer.
Okay, I throw down my 6-pound shield. What was this one called?
Shield from Horde.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna write magic in front of that.
Yeah, it's a magic shield.
Also, we're totally gonna go to a town and ruin its economy.
And actually, it's only 5 pounds.
I can't edit then. Okay, there we go.
Like, we're about to wreck an economy.
All right, did you get the revised weight on that?
I did.
Oh,
I haven't
alright,
changed
cool.
it yet. I'm about to.
Alright, I'm gonna go take off shield from Horde in the bag.
That means I could carry 1 more pound of gold.
All right, wait, what did you take, Kane?
The shield from Horde, because...
Oh, you just removed it. Okay. Do you want me to add even more gold?
Of course.
All right.
This is 6 pounds of gold here.
Yeah. So wait, what does that get us? What happens if I do this? Okay, I see. So you can take another 300. Okay.
All right. Kane's gonna look longingly at the gold in the ground. How much smarter being encumbered?
What?
If I had 0.34 pounds to work with, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I actually did. I don't know how much gold is a pound.
I just worked it out. 50 gold is a pound, I believe.
I could take 50 gold then.
Alrighty.
Wait, are you taking more gold now, Fallon?
50.
Okay.
I have a pound to work with, encumbrance-wise.
Yeah, at this point, if anyone wants to take some gold, it doesn't. There's so much here, it doesn't fucking matter what's ours. Like, there's no. It's now, boys.
I don't know
Everyone's.
how much space the bag of hiding has, but I also have the bag of hiding.
But the bag
Right.
of hiding leads to someone else can go into it.
I need to. Oh no, you got that fixed. Remember, Innes fixed that for you.
Oh right. Wait, do I have it?
No, I've got it.
Dang it! Why do you have all this cool? No one wants Kane to have nice.
Because everybody pack muled on Maxis, and Maxis was my buddy, so I got all his stuff.
We packed you on him because you could lift.
I know.
pounds with this pinky.
All right, so I forget precisely how much the bag of hiding could hold, so I'm just gonna say 30.
Sounds Gucci.
I don't even know what's in it, if anything. So.
I don't think anything is in it.
We
There you
need to
go.
hold a.
And actually, let me see here. So,
Think.
50 gold is a pound, I just said. So 30 pounds is going to be 1,500 gold, which there is that much remaining. If you want to just indicate that 1,500 gold is in the bag of hiding, you may do that.
Bag of hiding. Hashtag 1500 gold.
Okay. All right. Yep. And actually, at this point, you've taken most of the gold. The amount that's left is, let me see. So that's going to be minus 1,500, minus 250, minus 1,574. There's only 476 gold left.
That is specific.
I have so many nonsense things in my inventory, it's not even funny. But I kind
They
of
could
like
be
them.
useful at some point.
Found
Like I have
things.
Vanya's evil spellbook that I'm using.
I gave that to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I have a torture book, a gaudy coat that's 3 pounds.
I have a holy amulet. I have
All right.
new
We're
drugs
good
from
this
those
time.
elves in the forest.
I have 50 GP of chalk and ink.
Cult of Sheena medallion.
Wait. Hey, KC.
Yep.
Oh, wait, never mind. Never mind, I see it. I was like, I don't think my pack weighs anything right now. I was about to get really sad. I saw,
You know, my 50 foot of silk rope weighs 5 pounds.
it's
so
fine, guys.
You know what?
I have
Actually, I'm going to
five
take
gold.
Gamork back out of stealth mode. Here you go.
Wait, does Gamork have a backpack? Can we give Gamork a saddle pouch?
Saddlebag.
Can we fasten one out of my 50 foot of silk rope?
You can certainly try.
So-
I help him. Can I help him?
Yes.
Do we have any other bags in the bag holding?
You've got your quiver.
Oh, but I don't know how
it
much.
It has a pouch in it.
It
I
does.
have a regular
Wait,
quiver.
there's
I
no
have a
weight.
regular quiver that. Oh wait, what?
No, Fallon has
That's
a quiver that he's had for most of the campaign.
That's
That
a
in
pocket
addition
dimension.
to making arrows weightless, it has a pouch that can hold more weight as well.
I thought it didn't also. Does my crossbow weigh things? Yeah, my
Well,
crossbow's weightless because of that.
now you've upgraded your crossbow and it now has infinite ammo, so the quiver isn't as important. But I think that you still have the quiver, which
Yeah,
means...
but didn't it because of the crossbow like attached to it or something? Because
Oh,
my
yeah.
crossbow weighs nothing.
Right, that's why your crossbow weighs nothing. But like in addition to the pouch that you're sort of scabbarding your crossbow in, it also has another pouch.
Okay. What? How much can it hold?
I am looking up the rules.
Y'all are gonna love my drawing.
Meanwhile, Dom's just back there like, what the fuck's taking these guys so long?
Pretty much. All right.
You don't understand, Dom. Greed. Greed.
Ah, here we go. I found the rules.
Sold.
It can hold up to 40 pounds, so you can put the rest of the gold in there if you want.
Do I just mark that with some? I'll just put.
Yeah, just put like parentheses 476 gold, or like put it right. You can put it right under the quiver if you want, with 0 weight on it.
Okay. I did that. I'm gonna now move it.
Okay.
On the
Cool.
magic mover.
All right, so you guys have now thoroughly looted this little vault that you found.
Do you remember what was in the enduring spellbook that I'm carrying?
Yeah, that was the Ashal who you killed in Westeros. That is her spell book, and I've got all the spells recorded somewhere. I chatted them to you a while back, but I don't easily have them. I can look them up between sessions if you just chat me.
Okay. Because I wrote down all the spells out of the spellbooks that I wanted.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Because we did such a good job, I request that you delete all of that loot from the floor. Clean them out. I see a big old sword in there. I guess that's just for looks.
That's just the best image that I could find.
It's a good one. I like it. I wish I'd tried harder on part of this.
For anyone out there watching, I'm sure this is riveting stuff right now.
I don't know if we've never come across something like this before, right?
A hoard like this?
Yeah.
This is probably the biggest one that you found that didn't belong to Tovrith.
Yeah, I was about to say. Woo! All right, guys, we got all the gold. I take back everything I said about this being a terrible idea.
Hey,
Take it all back.
it was worth it.
Even if someone died, it's totally worth.
Who are you looking at when you said that?
Kane, as you walk into this room...
God, fucking.
It's good.
You
the dragon statue come to life. That picture changed, Stacy.
Yeah, nobody move. Nobody move. I was doing things in the other room while you were looting.
Fucking changed, Stacy. Not a statue anymore.
Kane, you sort of idle out into the room, and you're
Gold jingling.
high on life. And
How could this have happened?
you walk towards the dragon statue, and you see it rippling, breathing. And that's when you realize that you are standing in front of a great silver and very much alive dragon.
Is it looking at me?
Who, as you walk into the room, turns its head towards you and says, "Why did you take from my hoard?" With an oddly high, almost feminine voice. Ethereal, dreamy.
Well, you see, I need to know. One, didn't know that you were anything but a statue. And two, didn't know it was yours. So...
Right, well, now you know. Will you please return that which you have taken?
The inventory management alone says no.
I'm so upset. I hate this place so fucking.
Just tell her Thomas said we could take it.
Well, okay, so I kind of turn back and look at the parties like, so guys, this very, just this stunning and wonderful dragon says that all that stuff is hers. Hers? I look at her.
She nods.
Yeah, hers. So, yeah, do you know Tavris?
She looks down at you.
It's not racist, is it? It's not mini dragons, like.
Well, also, she's similarly massive to Tavrith. You imagine that it's not too much of a stretch. There are only so many ancient dragons in the world. She sort of cocks her head and bends in, moves a step closer to you, and says, "Do you know Tavrith? I have not heard that name in many years."
Can I insight check to see if
Is that a good or bad thing?
if she doesn't like Tavris or if
Yeah, you can insight check.
I'm scared. Guys, you're just standing back there.
He said not to move.
Help.
Yeah, I haven't.
The light has told us that we cannot move.
Okay, so
Still
that's
a
an
16,
11.
Casey.
Oh, it's a 16. Okay. You think she actually seems curious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we know Tavris. He's the one that brought us here. He helped us get here. He's kind of fighting the undead stuff up top right now.
Undead. She steps back and has sort of a pensive expression on her face.
How do you know Tavris?
I do not think that was part of the... And then she cuts off her sentence as you ask the question and stares at you for a moment and says, "We are of a similar kind."
So just because, okay. Yeah, he almost died, but our wizard like made him younger a little bit.
Her eyes narrow as she keeps looking at you. "Are you
As I
going
say,
to
our
return what you've taken?"
I come back to the group, guys. You're gonna.
"One more thing. What you
Yes.
say intrigues me. If you return that which you have taken, I will answer what you are asking."
Wait, what did I ask that you didn't already answer?
How does she know him?
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I want to know like that.
It's his mom.
She sees your hesitation and says, "And other things."
God, something magical that I wanted out of that pile.
I
All
would,
right, Casey, you sat there and let us do this.
Yes, yes, I
Well,
did.
so evil.
You could have fought your way past her, potentially.
Kane's gonna turn around, just like pivot on his heel, and just 180 degrees. Like, oh, guys, we gotta put the gold back, and all the stuff we took.
The silver dragon steps forward and sort of squeezes her head through the passageway, and then she calls after you. 4 items. The shield. She looks towards you, Fallon, and says, "That one may keep the shield." And actually, sorry, I gotta check something real quick. Where is
What is an item's worth of platinum? Just 1 coin?
Wait, what?
That's for a friend.
He's trying to see if he can.
Oh.
Picking an item, just take the money.
Is that like 100
yeah. There comes the greed again. All right. Let me see here.
more magic items here?
Okay.
Pencil sharpener.
Or actually, you know what? You know what? No, I'm not that generous. She's just going to say one thing. Fallon, you still have to put the shield back. I'm sorry. I know that's mean. But she's going to say, the crystal ball. Give it to your halfling. And she looks around at you and says, for friends of Tavrith. She sighs a little bit. You may take 100 platinum each.
Fallon says to everybody, do we have to take this?
I look at Fallon. I don't know, man. How are you feeling over that stone pillar? You feeling ready to fight a dragon? I whisper this, by the way. You're here anyway.
Yeah, let me roll for perception on.
Say how those ribs feel, man. Like I don't. You tell me.
The dragon says, "I can hear you."
She can hear us, man. Like, what do you want us to do? I've already put the stuff back, by the way. I just tossed the items back inside them. Just like, nope, just took it out of my bag. Just, nope.
So Fallon says, if we put it back, do you turn back to stone?
Not exactly, but I will refrain from attacking you.
Oh yeah, why do we use stone and what made you? Well, you'll answer those questions in a minute. All right, guys. So just I guess KC, undo everything but leave 200 plat in there.
Okay, so bag of holding.
And Kyrian, give the ball to Quiz.
I don't have ball.
You have the bag of holding.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I have the ball then. Okay, I give Quiz
let me
the
see,
ball.
I put 1,300, so I remove 1,100. So that'll put it 780 in the bag. Remove.
So depressing, Casey. You're the worst. Why would you do this to us?
Did we do something wrong?
No, this was planned the entire time.
No, you sat there and watched us being so happy.
Do you want your Smith's tools back?
No,
do you want your rations back?
Maybe. You might need food.
Okay, I'll put that back.
I'll pick up my old shield, I guess.
Okay.
Change it on my character sheet in a minute.
Yep. Make sure to delete the gold from the quiver and the bag of hiding as well.
Well, I had taken 100 gold as well. So I guess.
Yeah, put the 100 gold back, but you can keep 100 plat. Did anything happen to Quiz when Kyrian gave him the ball?
Oh, right. Quizmiligus, so all right, so I think that should take care of the bookkeeping. Oh, do you want your 69 copper back?
The way you asked that.
I'm just gonna add it back.
The way you said that.
I also had to dump the 50 gold that I took because I had an extra pound because the shield was lighter.
Yep.
You enjoyed that.
I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so Quizmiligus, as you receive the crystal ball, which you can mark on your character sheet as actually just crystal ball, the dragon will explain to you. This is a crystal ball, and I'm getting audio bleed from somebody, but oh well. A crystal ball of telepathy. I can send you the complete stats for it after the session.
How come you want him to have the ball? Also, what's your name?
But just a sec.
I don't snap and.
We know her name.
Do we?
Yes, Fallon figured it out.
Oh right. Oh
A
yeah.
while
What
ago.
was the name again? It's been like 2 weeks. What was it?
The name that Fallon found from his story was Shaveth. Or actually, no, wait a minute. Yeah, that was the name of, quote, the blue and the silver.
She blue and silver.
She's silver. Quiz. She's going to go ahead and explain to you. This is a crystal ball. It allows you to cast the scrying spell with a save DC of 17. In addition, it is a crystal ball of telepathy. It has the following ability. While you're scrying with it, you can communicate telepathically with creatures that you can see within 30 feet of the sensor. And you can also use an action to cast the suggestion spell on one of those creatures. I will send you the complete rules, but that's basically how it works. You can do all that once per day.
Neat.
Cool.
All right.
Neato.
So,
I tell her, are you whatever that name was?
Shaveth?
Shabeth. So you're Shabeth. So you don't look very blue.
She looks at you, Kane, and says, I am not the progenitor. My name is Sivrit. And
I see. I should have asked her what her name was. Now I look like a fool.
Now?
she looks at you all and says, I was placed here by the goddess Zephi at the time that this vault was created. I've been preserved in the state that you found me as a watcher. When Zephi placed me here, she told me the story of how her forces had captured the one that you have recently freed.
Okay, so she could see us in Washington statue. That was my next question.
There was a conversation between Zephi and Innis at that time, and Innis offered her sister only one cryptic remark regarding what to do with the captive. She said this: This one is strong and of deadly intent, and he has the mark of immortality upon him. Many may think it prudent to kill him now, while he is subdued. But others might question for what purpose he was granted that gift of life. The goddess Zephi was perplexed by these words, but ultimately decided to trust in her sister and not destroy him. There is some question of what his purpose should be, and I know not myself what that might be, but she looks at you all. If you will allow me, I wish to help you to contain his evil by watching from afar. Would you allow this?
Sure.
For a whole lot of gold and platinum and a ship.
I just kind of take a step away from Fallon. Still do it to the right. Yep, like that.
She looks at you, Fallon, and says, even for one such as I, the call of treasure on a dragon is very forceful. But, sir, you drive a hard bargain. If you will accept what I offer, I will allow another 100 platinum for your party.
I'll accept it for free of charge. Whatever it is.
Oh,
What will it be?
Whatever the blue one wants.
Very well. At this, and I actually realize now that I don't have a character token for this. But you know what? I'm actually just going to use my old Innis character token. I will describe her appearance as being different, but she is going to shapeshift into humanoid form. So despite the character token, that's just like one that I could think to use. She's actually very tall and slender in appearance, with long silvery white hair that reaches down past her waist. She's wearing a sort of a light blue dress. She walks up, and actually, you know what? This token actually isn't half bad. It's a little bit young looking, but other than that, it's not half bad. All right. She walks up to you, Fallon, and I'm just gonna add another 100 plat to the bag.
To Fallon.
Do what you will with it, but she will go ahead and insist that you take it. But then, oh yeah, good point. She walks up to Kane, and takes a simple golden ring off of her finger. You see actually two matching ones, one on her right hand and one on the left. She takes the ring off of her left finger and hands it to you. Or actually, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I meant this to be different. She actually just reaches inside, just inside her dress, and unclasps a small golden pin. This will be basically weightless, Kane. And she holds it out to you and says, simply leave this somewhere on your person. At all times, if you will.
I clasp it pridefully onto the gaudy cloak.
Very well.
Cool. So this will like let you looking on us and stuff.
More or less. I will be returning to my home for the first time in quite a while.
Want to say hi to Tavrith?
She has a slightly pained expression on her face and says, I fought alongside him in the war thousands of years ago. It would be nostalgic, if you will, to see him again. And then she sighs. But no, it is not in the nature of dragons to value such things.
So how are you getting out of here then? Because you only have one door, right?
Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Well, like how are you gonna go home if you don't go through the door that we came through?
I have my own way back.
Oh. Okay. So what's this pin do?
The pin merely allows me to look in on you. It is, she holds up her right hand. It is matched to this one, and will allow me to see if my help is needed.
Okay. We're gonna answer questions about... Wait, no, I think you already answered them. Okay. Well,
God
it was
damn
fun
it.
meeting you.
God damn it.
With this, she is going to go ahead and shapeshift back into her draconic form. But she does say, I would be more than happy to tell you more if there's anything I might help you with.
Do I just like talk to the pin?
She looks at you. She says, oh, it doesn't work like that. I meant now.
Oh. Kane's kind of like Squints a bit.
Fallon says, "What should we do with Dominic?"
She thinks for a moment and says, "Honestly, I don't think I'm the one to say. You're the ones who found this place. But if you were to have my advice," she thinks for a moment, "is there any way in which his aims might overlap with yours? For all his evil, he's not unreasonable."
We don't really know his aims. So
Well, most straightforwardly, I assume he'll want to retrieve all the vestiges again.
well, actually.
Do you have any means of convincing him to... Well, let me think. Actually, what she'd ask is such an end in any way aligned with your desires?
Yes.
Kind of, but I feel like that's just like trading one disaster for another.
One's a little bit more pressing.
Do you have any way of explaining to him why, after you have gathered them all, he should not simply take them from you?
Yeah, we got this.
Working? Well, not yet.
This far. We'll figure it out. We got this.
She looks at you and says, "Seems that you are also seeking them. For what purpose do you want them?"
Oh, we gotta stop the big tentacle things from eating the universe.
She sort of freezes as you say that. And her tone is just, for the first time, it's a little bit less dreamlike and a bit more perplexed as she says, "That is quite the story." And then she sort of recomports herself and says, "I don't think the details concern me, though. I think, frankly, if you explain that to him, you might find yourselves erstwhile allies."
Cool. Yeah. That's all I got, guys. Anyone else got any questions? Quiz? Colleen? Larry?
No, it's
Well, do you know of any other things in this place that we should look into before we go?
She says, "Well, I don't know where you've been, but..."
Show her the map, Kane.
And a point. No, we were here, and then here, and then here. Oh, do you know how we could convince these explorer guys to not come here in the past so they don't die here horribly?
Do you explain the entire story to her?
I do. I explain everything.
Okay. She thinks for a moment and says, "It's possible that there is a way, but consider that their purpose may have been to do what was done. And in any case, this place is about to collapse on itself. It has served its purpose and will not last much longer.
Cool.
But as for your question, it seems that you've explored the extent of it. The only thing I can think of value that you might have left behind..." She points to the room, just north, if you will, of where you found the Dragonborn spirits. And she says, "Did you try any of the wine here?"
No. What does it do?
She says, "It can harm as much as it can help. I don't recommend you drink it, but it might be a curiosity worth something to someone."
Nope. Let's go.
It's like those mushrooms.
Yep.
But no, I'm afraid the only horde here was one to keep me company. And she smiles.
Yeah.
A sort of broad, like unsettling smile, even from this somewhat dreamy seeming silver dragon.
Cool. Yeah. Alrighty.
One last thing, and she turns and looks at you again, Quizmilius. Actually, are you there? Did you? I don't see you on your camera.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. She looks at you and says, and actually she looks at everyone else for just a moment and says, apologies if it seems like I'm offering special treatment of one, but, and then she turns and does look at you, Quizmiligus, and says, you remind me of someone from long ago. And she thinks for a moment and says, if you ever find me in my mountain home, you will be welcomed as a friend. On account of, well, one of your kind who I knew many years ago.
Well, thank you.
I thought for a second we were going to find out he had a dragon spirit.
But I promise I'm not the person you knew. I tend to be quite memorable.
And humble.
She smiles and says, fair enough. And then she draws up and says, oh, and one more thing. You mentioned the name Sheveth.
Yes.
Many, many years ago, when I was born, the lines of the metallic and the chromatic dragons split. Sheveth is now the blue. And should you ever meet her, though I know not whether she still lives as such, do be careful.
Is she a dragon spirit now?
She thinks, it has been quite some time since I was laid in this place. I know not specifically of what you speak, but she looks at you, perhaps. And then actually she says, oh, and one more thing that might help you along your way. There are certain creatures who are unaffected by the vestiges. The spirits of the creation stones are among them. Also, the devils of Alkadir, who forged the artifacts in the first place. The final beings who are free of their grip are dragons such as I.
Cool.
She nods. I think I have told you the most important things that you might wish to know.
Cool. All right. So.
And as you're trailing off, Kane, you all feel lightly, but a small rumble in the ground beneath you. And a few stones fall from the ceiling.
Oh, time to go.
I like our hillbilly road.
Sheveth
One
shapeshifts
last look
back.
at the treasure. Oh, she's still here.
Yep, she's still here. She says, I will be tending to my things. Farewell.
Kane looks at the treasure one more time, kind of sighs a little bit to himself. Let's go, guys. Let's go. It's collapsing. We should go.
All right. I am willing to help speed this along for you. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
And
guess.
I think that as more rocks start falling from the ceiling, Kane's gonna look at Clay and it's like, you sure you don't want to explore some more?
I think we're good at this point,
You
Kane.
sure? Man, that sword really paid off.
Sometimes I don't appreciate Yohime.
All right.
That's it.
So, you will first be making your way over here-ish, I would say, to meet back up with Dom. He sort of looks up as you approach. A little stone falls from the ceiling and plinks on his head. He says, "Ready to go."
Fallon says, "Did you know about that?"
He looks at you and says, "About this?" And he points to the ceiling.
The dragon.
He looks at you and says, "I had a bad feeling about something that was in there."
We had stuffed our pockets full. Took so much time figuring out where to put it all. And guess who shows up? Dragon.
Well, it does go
If you
like
have
that
another bad
sometimes.
feeling, speak up.
Will do.
I mean, technically, he did speak up.
Louder. He had a bad feeling for himself.
I mean, technically, we were fine.
All right, are you all continuing out?
Yeah.
All right, so.
Like, how much is stuff falling? Like, are we like, can we like walk or? Is it,
Oh yeah, no, it's not
dog?
interfering with anything just yet.
Okay.
It's not like the temple in the Last Crusade.
Although, as you get back to the exit area, you do get the sense that it might be accelerating just a little bit. Like, still not anything particularly dangerous seeming, but it seems like it's picking up. As you get to this area, though,
okay.
Oh, sorry, we're gonna say something?
I was gonna say, like, as we walk, I was gonna walk up to the to Dom
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Alrighty, so you're a fan of the Vestiges.
Yes.
It seems a likely conclusion that you want to get them all, right?"
He shrugs.
Right. Yes. So
Oh, there.
we need to get him to stop the universe from being eaten by tentacle monsters, among other things.
Right. Were you planning on explaining that one?
Yeah. So apparently these tentacle monsters like ate everything like a long time ago, and then the creation stones rebuilt everything, and they like imprisoned the things, and then like all the power that was used to get rid of them in the first place is all divided up now. The gods can't really help. We gotta get all the items, and in order to put them back in their cage or kill them, I'm not entirely sure, but we gotta get all the stuff,
I see.
including the vestiges. So, if you could help us in our endeavors, once we, help us get because there's other people going after the vestiges, and they're still pretty mysterious and whatnot.
His eyes narrow as he looks at you, and he says, "So, what I'm hearing is that you're interested in help reacquiring these items, but are looking to guard against me simply taking them all for myself, and he says, well, it sounds like you're using them for something important. So the ask is I let you do that rather than running off with them after we succeed in this little endeavor."
Yeah,
Is that about the shape of it?
Yeah, I figure you'll probably want to take them, and if you don't, that'd be great too. If you don't take them, but
If you don't, we'll put in a good word for you.
Yeah, it'd be really nice of you. But if you're gonna anyway, at least wait till we, have stopped the end of the universe.
All right, let me think for a moment. Okay. He says, he actually stops in the hallway. This would be, actually, I'm going to say that you guys are about, I accidentally moved the dragon statues. Whoops. I am going to say, oh, and that thing. I am going to say that you are about here as the conversation is reaching this point. He stops in the hallway and turns around to look at you, and he says, if we are to work together in this, then I will swear on the power that has kept me alive these 3,000 years that I will allow your aim to be accomplished.
Cool. Do you want to get that figured out before we left?
What about after that?
Let's see here. He looks at you and shrugs. Would you demand anything after that? He thinks for a moment and then says, allow me to make a proposal. I will help you to reacquire these items, and then I will leave. I will retreat to a distance of, he thinks for a moment, shall we say 500 miles at minimum, very far away, so that, well, there's no danger of my interfering, and fair game from there.
So give
What
us
does
a
the
head
fair
start.
game comment mean, Casey? I don't... Fair game for him to then the game's afoot. He's going to try to take them all from us.
I mean, what do you think that implies?
I guess he doesn't know that we talked to that dragon, and that she's supposed to help keep him in line.
I don't know. I think given what, because I'm sure you were going to take them anyway. This is a fair arrangement. You know? We got larger issues. And you seem pretty, useful and a scrap. Get some food in you.
There's another rumble. More stones fall from the ceiling.
We're walking and talking. Or he stopped.
Yeah, he stopped, but says, have we figured this out enough to continue on?
I'm satisfied.
Cool. As you walk through this room, you notice that he swings a bit more widely than strictly necessary around the altar in the center of the room. Finally, though, you do make your way.
Not a fan of Zeffy, huh?
He doesn't react as you say that.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid to say.
Or actually, you know what? Give me insight.
This guy is gonna kill us one day.
But not today. It's future us's problem.
Yep, that's a 16.
Why don't we just get him to drink that time travel drink?
He stiffened ever so slightly as you pointed that out, Kane.
Sorry.
All right, and as you get to this point, he stops and looks at you, Fallon, and says, "You told me to tell you if I got a bad feeling."
Yeah.
He sort of looks up the shaft that you guys came down in order to get in here. Do you know what's up there?
Oh, probably our friend Tavros had a bunch of undead stuff that he's fighting, or has been fighting for a long time now.
His eyes narrow a bit. Tavrith. What manner of creature is Tavrith?
Big old gold dragon.
Ancient golden dragon.
Like super old.
About yay high.
Right. He looks at you all and says, "Our bargain holds, yes."
Oh, which part of what bargain?
Concerning the alignment and our aims for the near term.
Well, I figured if we had that figured out, and then we got up there, we could explain to Tavrith our arrangement. Yeah.
Very well. I'll let you go ahead of me and inform the gold.
Cool. Cause yeah, can't really like make a dragon thing,
All right.
but we will sure be convincing.
Okay. So yeah, you guys. If you're taking the whole party, you're probably gonna have to take a few trips up.
Kane goes first.
So yeah. Let me see. All right. So like the earth elemental, if you want to take that up, it's gonna have to be like max just like one other person with that. So do you want to take like most of you in the first trip and then like
Oh wait, is it
quiz
like
plus Earth Ellie in the second one?
I'm not taking the Earth Elemental with me.
Oh, okay. You're dismissing it.
Yeah.
Bye, Larry.
All right. Cool. All right. You can all
I say
go up
bye,
then.
Larry and Primordial.
That's fine. Okay. So you all sort of crowd onto the little elevator thingy, and let me. Oh wait. Actually, you know what? Let me do this.
So how long have we been down here, Casey?
Long. Oh.
45 minutes.
So you don't know how much time passed while you were in what's it called? In the Nine Hells. But in terms of time in the dungeon, 2-3 hours.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're taking a long rest. Except for that one.
So it's actually currently like the time, as best you're aware, is like late morning because you just got back from the Nine Hells and then went about your business. All right, so you are all here. Tavrith has been doing his thing. Dom is hanging back at the moment. I need to handle one little bit of setup I forgot about. Okay. Tavrith gives sort of a large sigh and says, "You're back. Excellent. Did you find what you were looking for?"
Yeah. About that, Tavrith. So we found what we're looking for. We met a silver dragon down there. Sivrit? Sivrit? Yeah, that was her name. Yeah.
Ceviche.
She said she didn't have time to say hello. But we were apparently took her hoard, so she she was a statue, and then she wasn't because we took all her stuff, so we had to put it back.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kane, but is there a reason to have this conversation here? I'm not sure when the next wave is coming.
So what we found was this guy who was still down there. That Zeffy put down there. Although apparently, Ennis is the one that wanted us to get him anyway, because she's the one that told the devil, and then she's also who told Zeffy not to kill the guy, and so
you're dancing around something, Kane.
We've convinced the guy to help us get the rest of the vestiges, but he was the guy who got the vestiges and tried to take over the world before. Indomitable.
He stops and looks back and forth between Colleen and Fallon. What he says is true.
Yep, Fallon totally let Indomitable out. That's what happened. And so he's gonna help us now, help us get the rest of the items and then stop the end of the universe. He's agreed not to double cross us until at least after we save the universe. And he's gonna give us a head start. Yeah.
More or less. That is.
Well, that's the current arrangement, but if you want to make some addendums to it, I'm sure he'd be open to further discussions. I'm using a lot of big words and my head hurts.
So what? He hung back and waited for you all to explain the situation to me before he's coming out. Is that about the shape of it?
Yep. He yeah.
He sighs. I sensed something coming up through the chamber behind you. I believe what you're saying. And he gives a very pronounced snort and then says, "We can't remain in this place. Bring him out. I won't attack."
Hey Dom, it's safe-ish. Come on out.
He comes out and actually steps forward and stops in front of Tavrith and finally just gives actually a small bow, very, very slight, and says, "Tavrith." the
Awkward family dinners.
the gold
Yep.
dragon inclines his head the smallest perceptible degree. And actually, you know what? I need to check something real quick. Did I remember to define something? I'm sorry. I'm just actually... okay, yeah. And he's actually just going to say, "Indomitable."
Cool, this is
There's...
awkward. So
About
Oh,
that
Fallon-
leaving.
Fallon said, "Wait a minute. Did you pick that name?"
You're addressing Indomitable?
Yeah.
yes.
He turns his head in your direction, but not all the way to look at you. Says, "Yes."
And people just went with it.
I mean he had the scepter of command, so
People saw fit to address me properly.
Fallon winks at him and says, "Henceforth, I am extra indomitable. Thank you all for addressing me properly from henceforth. Let's go."
Tavis says, "They're right. We should go." And the two of them turn and walk towards the exit. Presumably, you all follow. And
this is awkward as shit.
a short
Let's go.
time later, you are standing back on the balcony. You walk all the way up the spiral stairs that you came down. You walk out the great doors with the large signs in Draconic that say simply "entrance" on one side and "exit" on the other side. Past two dragonborn skeletons in sort of scraps of armor. And you now stand looking out behind you at a ruined, rather vast, actually. You realize it must have been quite the place in its day, but a ruined city nonetheless behind you. And in front of you, a blasted plain that fades into what appears to be some sort of marsh or bayou far in the distance.
Well, I'd say this was definitely worth the trip out here, Fallon. Thanks. Cool. Yeah, does the place look familiar to you, Dom? City you burned or something?
In fact, no. Actually, he looks up. Where are we exactly?
I pull out the map.
Okay,
And
let's look at the map.
See, we're here, and we have to go to some other location that I've long forgotten the name of.
All right, so you are here. And actually, let me
We are
Oh, that was
south
just the
of
way.
the bayou.
All right. And he says, Nandor, I don't know that name. I know my accent's drifting. I realize Tovrith and Indomitable are really, really close. I'm just making them both deep, so I'll work on that one. Anyways, Nandor, Teliaskar, I know neither of those names. Must have been constructed after my time.
Cool. And then we have to go to this place, and I point at whatever fucking place we had to go to. I forgot the name of it.
What are you referring to?
Oh wait, there were two things. One place we knew of two locations here.
Okay, so are you talking about the two locations that Fallon knows there are vestiges?
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, and Fallon, due to the nature of your bargain, you know that the objects are still in these locations. So the first one is down at the bottom right of the map. So in these peaks down here. And the other one, which is actually where two of the items are, is roughly here-ish, sort of at the top of the map, in the tundra, above these
So there's
cliffs.
one in the tundra and two in the, or there's two in the tundra and one in the mountains.
Correct. And the ones that are up here are both in the same location.
So we figured this is their base of operations. Since there's two there, we know they have two. So we're gonna go here we're gonna go here first, because there's only one. Yeah. Were there any dragon spirits here, Casey? Or no, they had captured dragon spirits, didn't they?
Okay, so, since you remember that much, yes, you know that there were two individuals who were captured, and it was strongly hinted at that they might bear dragon spirits themselves. And actually, so yeah, I forget whether any of you have connections to either of these individuals, but the first was Fiona Emberwisp, and the second, well, never mind. And the second was Piotric Tumblewillow, former human, latter halfling.
One of Quiz's old flames.
I'm pretty sure Fiona, if she's the librarian, is one of my connections.
So yeah. So we figured we'd get the vestige there, and then go there and collect the other vestiges and the dragon spirits, and then we know of two more dragon spirit locations. And I think that get us everything. Feywild.
Indomitable sort of looks at the rest of the group. You on board with this plan?
I think that was basically what we'd agreed upon.
Yeah. See, they always look to me for guidance.
You're just the fastest to talk.
Indomitable looks around at you and says, "How exactly did you travel to this place?"
From here, and I point to the path to Ainangr. Tavrith brought us.
You traveled, on him.
Yep.
I see.
We're good friends, Tavrith.
And I think we stopped at his dad's place.
Yes.
We saw some stuff.
There.
Right.
That was a fun time. Let's not dwell on it.
Anyways, he turns very formally and looks at Tavrith and says, "Tavrith, will you consent to let me ride you?" And he gives like, if his previous bow was 1 click, he gives a 2 clicks bow at this point.
Ah, yes, the old 8-degree bow.
Yes, exactly. Tavrith looks at the rest of you all and says, when we get done with whatever it is we're doing, I am going to spend the rest of my days wondering why I did it. He looks at Indomitable and says, you may. Shall we get going then? Addressing the group.
So how do you know secret?
Many years ago, he looks meaningfully at Dom.
I like this.
Well, that was a win. So
Fallon says, Fallon looks at Kane and does the whole hand gesture pointing at Dom.
No, I got that part.
They were fighting that guy.
No, I got that part. No, I'm saying like, so it was just y'all just battle buddies?
Fallon says, what do you think? You think they were betrothed? Now you're getting racist.
Hey man, I don't know. Every time we fight with a lady, you try and get with her, so.
Whoa.
And Fallon says, and?
So I figure maybe that's a common thing.
Tavrith, are you a ladies' dragon?
He sweeps over you all and then settles on Kane and says, we have become friends, but we are not yet that good of friends.
Well, how long are you gonna wait? Like you were like, you were kind of.
We should get going. He bends down and resettles the sort of large saddle that you guys rode in when you first came here.
Alrighty, I hop on.
All right.
Climb first.
So, you all climb back onto Tavrith's back. You face generically east. And Tavrith gives 2 great flaps of his wings, and you all lurch into the air. As you do, you spare one last glance for the vast but decrepit city below you, and one last one for the bog that stretches for miles and miles to your north. The warnings from the journal echo in your mind the downfall of Teliaskar. As you gaze towards the distant bayou, you almost fancy that you sense motion in the trees. At this distance, you can hardly be sure. To see the motion that far away, the source would have to be vast. Some sort of atmospheric haze or movement of water through the bog seems far more likely. But you also fancy that you see a sickly yellow plume that hangs above the bog. And you can't throw off a sense of unease. And actually on this, perception checks all round.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Ah, diggity dog.
How now? That's a 16.
24.
14. You're exhausted.
He is, but she is, but she also has an item that grants her advantage on vision-based perception.
Yes.
Damn.
And all right, so Colleen and Quiz, I will actually let me see. I have to reference how I set the DC on. Okay. I will tell you simply this. It's not your imagination. And that's where we're going to end it. Good night, everybody.
Well, let's never come back here again.